Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales of Three, an all-queer, narrative-driven D&D podcast where your three GMs are also your three PCs. My name is Dusty, my pronouns are they, she, and I play Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her, and they started doing the nose game halfway through my intro.
Breaking customs. We'll still wait till Dusty's done.
No, we never wait till Dusty is done.
Yeah, we do every time.
You generally wait until I get through Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey. You do it when I start saying Ivy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they. And I play Véres, whose pronouns are he, they. I don't know why I had to think about that for a second. It's like I've been doing this for a year or two. Yeah, I'm just so much shenanigans about to ensue, and I'm very excited.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Elara Spinelspark, whose pronouns are also she, her. And I am very excited for Paint Night. Elara is not.
Paint night, paint night.
Bold of you to assume that Paint Night is tonight, guys.
Paint Night is tonight.
Is that? Are you sure?
This is a special gathering for Paint Night. This is an unscheduled recording for Paint Night.
I hope you all have your dice out and are ready for some shenanigans.
I'm ready.
Because I've got something scheduled.
A note regarding content warnings. This campaign is a dark fantasy that deals consistently with topics of body horror, complicated relationship dynamics, emotional distress, fantasy violence, gore, mechanized spiders, mental health and illness, profanity, and romantic and sexual relationships. A full list of episode-specific content warnings can always be found in the show notes of each episode. Last time, Véres got caught in Elara's latest invention, and she told both him and Ivy about her findings with the old/new schematics, which led to a conversation about people who are planar or god-touched. We learned that Ivy's monarch is a god who lives among her people, and that there is a family in Thylacer who claims to be descended from Yiva, the goddess of life and light. One of these supposed descendants of Yiva is Aurelius Latimer, leader of the Resented, a dangerous criminal group in Thylacer. That night, Véres went through the spellbook, finding a lot of necromancy and elemental spells, some of which had unfinished arcane equations. He also found a letter with a cipher in it that gave the date and location for another cult meeting, this time in the city of Vitrum. The next morning, Reg and Riven arrived, Ivy gave Carrick the letter as promised, and Véres and Ivy spent a good while training, where Ivy learned she is pretty handy with a bow and arrow. Later that night, the group went to talk to Reg and Riven, and they told Ivy, Véres, and Elara that the three were missing for 2 days before the town went under. Riven warned that they should all lay low as people were trying to find the ones responsible for the destruction. Ivy told them that she was going to be sacrificed to open a portal, and Véres gave Riven her wedding ring back and confirmed that Delilah was being held down there. We pick up now with the three heading to their rooms for bed.
All right, so we exit Riven and Reg's room after having a very somber conversation. And we're going to wind down for the night.
Elara goes to her room and keeps working on projects.
Okay. How about Ivy?
Ivy's gonna go to her room and get ready for bed.
Perfect. I'm assuming Bia tags along.
Oh yeah, Bia walks behind her.
Like a little shadow. I think Véres is going to go and make a stop at Elara's room before heading to bed.
Is it like later, or is it like right as soon as they go away from each other?
I think it's going to be later. I think he's going to go downstairs and kind of like say goodnight to the others and like finish cleaning up for the night before he heads back upstairs. And Elara, you get a knock on your door.
You get a weird smell coming out from underneath Elara's door.
I don't like that. What does it smell like?
It smells like burning and a little toxic. It's not a great smell. It probably hits you as you get into the hallway going up the stairs, like coming from downstairs.
I think alarmed, he knocks again.
You hear like something kind of like bang, and then footsteps, and she opens the door, and she's got her goggles on, and as soon as she opens the door, the smell just like floods you.
Hello, Laura.
Hi.
He has like a hand over his nose and mouth. Looks like he's suffering a little.
Yeah, can you smell it in the hallway?
All the way down the stairs, yeah.
Okay. Well, in or out, because I don't want it to keep stinking everything up.
Oh, I'll go in. And he like steps in.
She closes the door. You see in the corner where she had this like beaker set up, there's a flame under it, and you see acid just bubbling in the beaker. And you deduce very quickly that's where the smell is coming from.
That cannot be healthy to inhale.
Oh, the window is open.
Sure, that's great ventilation for that.
She stares.
He looks very confused as to why she started making acid before bed, but doesn't comment. It's like, sorry to interrupt your experimentation. I was wondering if I could borrow your book of runes for the night. Or maybe for a little longer, actually.
She nods and she goes over to her jacket and she reaches her hand in and she pulls out the big tome. And she kind of just hands it over. And she looks and she like points and she goes, "Not gonna steal it, right?"
No, Elara. I will not steal the book.
Okay. It's all yours to borrow.
And I shall return it upon completion.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
You know where to find me.
I do. And you know where to find me.
And so does Norman. She smiles.
They nod, like, good night, Elara.
Good night.
And they head out. You hear coughing down the hall.
She closes the door and goes back to her acid making.
I think he's gonna go to his room. And he's gonna get ready for the night. Kind of wind down himself. Crack the window open, unlike him. Usually he locks it up, but he would love some fresh air right about now.
Ivy, you two smell an odd odor.
Oh yeah, you're across the hall from her.
Coming under your door.
I think she opens the door. She's in her like nightgown dress thing or night slip or whatever. I think she opens it just as Véres is coming out. And she just sort of like stares at him with this perplexed look on her face.
He's got a massive tome tucked under one arm and the other has a hand over his, like, plugging his nose and is over his mouth. And he's coughing.
She just looks at them.
They shake their head.
She nods, closes the door, and sticks a couple towels in the crack.
Aww.
Their expression looks like pained. I think that he gets set up for the night at his desk, takes out a bunch of his books and gets, organized, and starts poring over this tome. He's got a little project that he's working on. He sets out one of the gems that Elara gave him from their time down with the cult. It's like this green and teal fluorite. So he puts that on the desk and he's gonna sit there and just gonna like start writing out some equations referencing the rune book as well. Yeah, he's looking for a particular like type of rune. He knows it's gonna take him a while, but might as well get started tonight. The sooner it's done, the better.
So make an Arcana check to see if you can find the one that you're looking for.
I don't think so. It's a 14.
Gonna be some studying.
Gonna be some studying? Okay.
Gonna take some time. It's a big book.
Yeah, I think that he's like thought he had it for a second, rubs his face and goes, no. He's like, it's going to be a long night, isn't it? Just to himself.
You hear Norman go, yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding.
Norman talks now.
Norman talks
God.
now.
But yeah, I think that's what he's going to spend most of his night doing late into the evening.
Okay.
Eventually, morning comes, well, dawn breaks, and today is the day of paint night.
Ivy wakes up with a smile on her fucking face.
Aww.
Well, I'm glad. Does she wake up with the dawn, or does she...
No, no. She does not wake up with the dawn. But when she does wake up, she's excited.
Awesome. Is there anything that you guys want to do with your day, or shall we jump to the night?
Paint night, paint night, paint night.
Paint night.
Okay.
There's nothing but paint night.
Well, Ivy, I will say that you know that this paint night starts around 4 p.m. It's getting close to the time where you would have to leave to start heading there.
Well, at 3 o'clock, she'd already banged on both of their doors to be like, hey, get ready, bitches. She's like, I will be back in 45 fucking minutes. We will not be late.
You don't hear anything from Elara's room when you knock, and the door is closed this time.
I think when she knocks on Véres' door, he's like, uh-huh. Just like absently.
Mm-hmm.
Just nodding, saying yes to whatever. but his face is buried in a book. And much like similar to what Elara's desk looked like in the beginning, there's like scattered stuff all over his table. It's just like strings of written on paper, but some crumpled up and tossed around, and like lots of pencil shavings and ink splatters and shards of gems.
Nice.
At 3:40, Ivy knocks at Véres's door.
Come in.
She walks in. She's wearing like black cargo pants and like a black tank top. Her hair is up in a bun. She's like, "You ready?
For what?
We have to go get Elara. We're probably going to have to like two-handed, one under each arm, drag her out of her room."
Sure, but where are we going?
You're not funny, Véres.
I'm not trying to be.
I reminded you 40 minutes ago about paint night.
A look of like dawning comes over his face, and he quickly schools it. He had no idea what you were saying. It's very clear. He was just saying yes to whatever. He nods. Sorry, I thought you wanted to go on like another stealth job for some reason. He like gestures to your attire.
No, these are my paint clothes.
Sure, alright. Obviously so it doesn't stain.
Yeah, well, also a bunch of pockets for holding like supplies and stuff.
Sure, makes sense to me. And I think he just snaps his fingers and he gets just a pair of dress pants. And yeah. I love how we all just start laughing immediately. Because he is that guy. But he's got a red shirt on instead. He's just like, all right, let's go grab Elara.
When he enters the hallway, he sees Bia standing there. She's wearing a little raincoat that already has like paint splashes on it.
Oh my goodness.
Like dried paint.
Did you already go?
No, she gets a little overzealous around paint. And I got really tired of like cleaning her scales. So that's her paint jacket.
Oh, so you paint generally? Like you enjoy
Yes,
that?
I do.
Oh, great. At least one of us knows how to paint.
Elara might.
She could. Very true. After you, go ahead.
She walks straight up to Elara's door and just opens it. She doesn't even knock.
What do we see, Elara?
Elara is sitting on her bed with a knitted blanket over her forehead, and she's wrapped up. And as soon as you walk in, she goes and she puts her hand out. I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to make it tonight. Last night the acid got a little out of control, and I inhaled so much of it. And I think you both should just go, just go have a good time, paint a picture for me. And I'll be there, in spirit with you both. I'll be here.
Véres side-eyes Ivy.
No.
No?
I call bullshit.
I mean,
I call bullshit.
just look at me, Ivy.
I am. You look fine. You look like you've put a blanket on.
Yes, because I'm so cold.
All right, put on a sweater. Let's go.
If it really is from the acid you inhaled last night, we all were subjected to it. Also,
So maybe we should all stay, and just take
if I
some
have to
time
go stuff a paint night, so do you. Then he walks over and pulls a blanket off your head.
You pull the blanket off, and she's wearing a loose pair of like overalls that are like almost like tie-dyed in like different colors, like darker colors, so that when she gets paint all over herself, she won't no one will be able to tell.
I love that.
And she just like throws the rest of the blanket off, and she goes, fine, okay.
See, you're ready to go.
Yeah, because I had a feeling that I wasn't going to be able to get out of it.
Nope.
And she gets up and she puts her jacket on. Begrudgingly.
Pouting the whole time.
Yes.
All right.
I hope you're happy.
Oh, I am so happy.
I am overjoyed.
I am not.
Bia goes, meh.
And she looks at Bea and she smiles. And she goes, okay, that's really cute.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bea like preens. She throws her head up and she's like moving around. All right, let's head out.
All right.
Let's go.
Be a little more enthused, Elara. Come on.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
A for effort.
Thank you.
So, Ivy, you know that you're heading to the market square. As you guys exit the inn, people kind of like wave to you, some with a smirk, especially Nim, who like leans her arms on the countertop and just like grins at you three.
Ivy waves.
She gives a little salute. And she says, have fun, you three.
Thank you.
We will.
Appreciate it, Nim. She grins even wider and she's like, don't forget to bring back your pictures.
We won't.
Ivy nods enthusiastically.
And as you all exit, you notice that the town is winding down a little bit. The lights are already kind of like dimming for the evening, and the rush of people coming into the inn you're kind of fighting against, but the streets are getting kind of bare. As you make your way down towards the center of town, you notice that the closer you get to town square, the more people you're starting to see, and the buildings seem to get taller. Instead of like the 1 and 2 story houses you were seeing around the inn, you're starting to see like 3-story houses, and they look nicer, for lack of a better word. But they're more well taken care of. There are rose bushes and rose vines kind of climbing up the sides of these like stone brick houses. Some of them have balconies in which people have opened and you see curtains flowing in the wind. As you break out of your street, you do come into town square, where you see some of the markets are a little bit slower. They're closing down for the evening, still making their last minute deals. Some are closed down altogether already. And in the center is a lovely fountain made of white marble, depicting 2 people kind of like embracing each other in their arms lovingly, and around them are beautifully carved roses. The lanterns here are dimmed, but it's a comforting atmosphere. There's no tension. Everyone's just kind of milling about, or usually making their way. There's no rush. Except for at one place, Ivy, which you know to be the location of your paint night. It is the bakery and cafe called Sweet Delights, where they have taken the usual front of the area. It's usually an enclosed bakery where you walk in, you go to the counter and you put in your order, and there's seats inside. Well, tonight, the walls have disappeared for the front. It seems that they either pulled apart or flipped up, and instead there's seating scattered throughout the inside up to the front counter, and even a little bit out into the street, where they have set some nice like white fencing up and lined it with garland of roses. Every table has like a white linen cloth with 2 or more glasses, a couple of plates, some cutlery set out, and easels, some tiny little standing easels.
Ivy immediately grabs 3 that are right next to each other.
Perfect. Ivy, did you prepay for this, or are you going? Okay.
No, she already paid in full and even tipped.
Do you drag Elara and Véres along with you?
Oh yeah, she definitely has a hold of Véres's like hand, I think. No, you know what? She has Bea like settle on Elara's head.
Keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
I love it. Like herding children.
Yeah.
To an activity. You go and take up your place. Are you sitting in the far back, closer to the front?
Middle.
Middle? Okay. Wonderful.
She wants to be at the front, but she knows that the 2 of them won't. So she's like, we'll compromise with the middle.
There's already quite a few people here. Everyone seems relatively pleasant and very happy to be here. Excited. Most people are dressed quite nice for a paint night.
Uh-oh.
But there are some here who are in like very paint splattered overalls and like a baggy shirt. It seems like it draws a crowd of all types. On the table in front of you, your 3 little tables there. There is a empty glass, a plate, some cutlery, your easel, and a menu, if you feel so inclined.
Ivy's looking at that menu.
All right. Anything in particular you're looking for, Ivy? Drinks? Food?
Just kind of overseeing it, just seeing what's there.
Yeah. So there's a couple of selections of wine of varying degrees in age. There's also some kind of like spirits. There's some hard liquor if that's what you're into. There's also tea and coffee and hot chocolate if you would prefer. On the menu though, it does say this is a 17 plus night out, so children should be going home soon.
Elara goes, well, I guess I better get going then.
Elara.
Elara, are you actually... You're not 17, are you?
Yes.
Does it? Okay, but does it list the age for every lineage? Because
It does, yeah. On the menu, it actually says, for a list of age of consent, please flip to the back.
She takes a deep breath. Yeah, yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you started your 5-year when you were like 14?
I'm a gifted childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that explains so much. Véres isn't even insight checking you. Whatever
I love
you
how
want.
when Elara lies, nobody even bothers to insight. She goes, fine, okay.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not what?
You're not 17?
I'm 16. She says.
Insight check. 15.
6. She is acting like a 6-year-old, but she is an adult of consenting age.
Cool. He just takes a moment to, like, shake their head. For a moment, I was a little worried that we were going to have to call your parents.
She goes, I wish someone would call my parents. Speaking of, I really need to mail the letter to them, for real.
All right, we'll do that in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A few more minutes pass and more people kind of meander their way in, taking their seats, getting settled in for the night. The back by the counter, where you usually would order things from this bakery, the back door opens and 3 people come out. You recognize them to be the people who typically run Sweet Delights, which is Ginger, a half-elf, half-human woman, Oliver, Fire Genasi gentleman, and Graham, a human gentleman. To your surprise, it is Oliver who kind of like claps their hands. Oliver typically is a more quiet person, you've noticed. But not tonight. Tonight, Oliver seems very excited. He kind of claps his hands twice to get everybody's attention. Says, all right, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We'll get started shortly with the paint night. However, we'll be sending some folks around to collect orders, if you're interested in getting anything. We'll be bringing around canvases and other materials very shortly, but we hope you enjoy your evening. If you need anything, you can ask myself, Graham, or Ginger, or any of the waitstaff. Oliver kind of does this like flourish with his right hand, and out from behind the back rooms, a couple of other waiters start milling their way through. They're dressed nicely in like typical waiter attire that you would see in like upper class servers. All pristinely dressed and very finely groomed. They come around and start taking orders for folks. And with them, above them, kind of pours out these little orbs of sparkling light. And they do a little swirl around the crowd, and then all of them, maybe about 40 or 50 of them, sporadically spread out in like these golden little light colors, just kind of float high above the crowd, lighting and illuminating the area. It's going to be the main source of light tonight.
Ivy is fucking delighted. She's a sparkle in her eyes.
I think Véres is a little surprised at how presentary this place is, what this event is.
Elara's just looking at the menu.
Does anything pique your interest, Elara? Hot chocolate. They have a lot of sweets, but they also have meals. Vegetarian, vegan, and other dietary options.
Are there charcuterie boards?
There is. Yep, there are charcuterie options.
Ivy's going to order a giant one for the 3 of them. And then a bottle of just like a nice white wine.
Nice. Eventually, a waiter does make their way around. You see a tall, elven woman with very pale skin and brown hair, kind of like warm brown eyes. Her hair is done up in a bun, and she just smiles pleasantly at the 3 of you, and she says, "Good evening, you 3. My name is Sarsi. I'll be your waiter for this evening."
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Anything in particular I can get you all? Or do you need a few more minutes?
Ivy orders the charcuterie board.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie board. And like I said, a bottle of like nice white wine.
Awesome.
I will have a hot chocolate. And oh man, I don't know what she wants for dessert. And I need to think more about what I want for dessert because there's so many delicious looking things on this menu that I'm having a hard time picking.
Of course, take your time.
Okay, thank you.
Anything for you, sir? No, I'm quite all right, thank you. All right. If you change your mind, let us know. And she heads to put your guys' order in. Another person comes around and starts putting canvases on your easels and puts out different paint brushes and some paints. It seems like you're painting with acrylics tonight.
Let's fucking go.
Ivy. Well, everyone, what's your passive perception?
16.
10.
Ivy and Véres, you get the feeling somebody is watching your table.
Ivy discreetly looks around.
Make a perception check.
18.
So Ivy, you're looking around trying to find the source of like the feeling of eyes on your table, and you make direct eye contact with a older human gentleman, slightly sun-kissed skin, brown hair that's thinning a bit at the top. He's dressed very nice. You can tell that he is part of like the upper crust of society. He's a little heavier set, but also broad in conjunction with him. You would guess he's probably about 6 foot, and he looks away when you make eye contact with him.
She's going to keep an eye out for Selena. She's going to keep an eye out on him.
All right, well, a few moments later, the waitress comes back with your charcuterie board and your white wine and your hot chocolate, Elara. Had you had any thought about that treat you wanted?
I think I'll just have a vanilla cupcake with chocolate frosting, please.
Coming right up.
Thank you.
No worries at all. Looks at Véres, says, are you sure that you don't want anything? One last check-in. You know what? Sure. I will get just a glass of water and maybe a slice of apple pie. Coming right up.
That was a good idea, Véres. You should get it with vanilla ice cream, though.
Did you want vanilla ice cream?
No, I'll have my cupcake.
All right.
I forgot to look at the pie menu.
I'm sure that she'll be happy to get you some later if you so desire.
She nods.
And you're left to your own devices. It seems like there's a bigger easel being set up in the front of the canvas. They're getting ready to go. On the side, you see a bard kind of playing, being set up kind of like nice violins and some string instruments.
Ivy's buzzing with excitement.
Véres is setting up his paints.
Yeah, Ivy's already done that. She's got one of the paint brushes in her hair, like one of the not used ones in her hair, like holding it there.
I love this.
Ivy, do you know how to paint? Is it like something that you enjoy?
She shrugs a bit and she goes, a little bit.
Cool.
What about you?
No.
You've never painted before, or you just don't really like?
I don't think I've ever painted before. Maybe when I was like a kid and I probably don't remember, you know?
Probably.
I've never been to a paint night, that's for sure.
I used to do it with my aunt sometimes. It would just be the two of us.
Cool. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is you have far more experience than the rest of us. I'm looking to you for tips then.
She shrugs, smiling. She's like, all right. I can't promise they'll be good tips, but...
Do you paint too, Véres?
No, and for good reason.
Are you bad at it?
Awful. I'm terrible at it, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I think that art is in the eye of the beholder or something like that.
I would never want to be in the eye of the beholder. But...
I was going to say, does it
me neither. No, I meant like the person who gazes upon the art. It's subjective. You know, someone's trash is someone else's treasure.
You know, later on in the evening, when this painting is almost done, you tell me if it's subjective.
Okay.
Ivy pours herself a big old glass of wine.
Elara takes a sip of her hot chocolate.
Véres is starting to regret not ordering alcohol.
Ivy pours him a glass.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And you see she's got a third one just waiting in case Elara wants some.
Elara has a hot chocolate mustache right now.
That's so cute. Shortly after, the waitress comes back around with all of your treats. Véres does put in an order for alcohol. Something harder. Paint night begins. Oliver stands up front and starts kind of giving you all guides and directions. Start out by saying, welcome everyone to paint night. We'll be getting started shortly once everyone has all of their paint set up. Tonight's theme will be a waterfall surrounded by roses, of course, as this is Ozrin, and we are well known for our roses. Véres shakes her head. Like, no, you're not, but okay.
Ivy, like, tilts her head to the side a little bit and then, like, immediately straightens herself out.
Seems like other people are nodding.
Elara looks at Véres weird.
Like, the locals seem to be nodding. Yeah, we are very well known for our roses. Véres is like, not outside of here, you're not. Once everyone's got their paint shit going, Oliver does start giving directions and showing. Seems to be using some sort of enchantment, you realize, to project his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much that it hurts, but so everyone can hear. Beside him is an interpreter, who is signing. He's just somebody sitting more up front in the crowd. And he starts going over directions of how to paint this waterfall. And paint night begins. We're going to do our first skill check.
Okay.
Starting off right, I need you to roll a d20 and then either add your choice of sleight of hand or performance.
19.
19?
13. Lucky 13!
Lucky 13!
Uh-oh.
That's apt.
What'd you get?
What did he get?
12.
Aw.
It's not bad. The DC was 10 for the first one. Ivy's fucking killing it.
She starts off strong with her brush strokes and
She sure do.
she's outlining
Aw.
with a pencil. Bia's currently asleep underneath the table,
Oh, Bea.
underneath her easel or whatever.
I'm surprised she's not trying to eat it.
She will. Don't worry.
Eventually. So, starting off right, you guys all beat the DC of 10.
Yay.
So, starting from lowest to highest, Véres looks like presentable so far. He's actually able to like follow Oliver's guidance and get like the mostly right spacing. Elara, you do just as well, but a little better. Like your spacing is almost even keel. You've got a good foundation going. Ivy has not only copied it perfectly, but has also managed to add her own little like flourish to it.
Yeah.
She seems to refuse to like go with the grain with it. Like she's choosing her own interpretation.
Yeah, there's a little mini Bia flying above the waterfall.
She set the outline for little Bia. That's
Yep.
so cute. And Oliver speaks in like a very like warm and pleasant voice and suggests that if you find you can't follow the guidelines for whatever reason, or you just want to do your own thing, you're more than welcome to. It's all about having fun. Ivy, make a perception check for me.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So a 26 total.
Damn. So halfway through, I think your outline of Bia, you feel once again like you're being watched.
She looks around.
Elara is staring right at you.
Staring like intently beside you. You once again make direct eye contact with the same man.
What the fuck?
His eyes flick to somebody else, and then he looks away entirely.
She's like, okay. I goes back to her painting. She's not gonna have this night ruined by some rando.
With your nat 20, you realize that the person he flicked his eyes to was actually Véres, who isn't looking at him. He's intent on his painting right now.
She's not gonna say anything right now. I think if she catches him again, she will. But she really wants to just paint with her friends.
I understand.
We're ignoring the call to action currently.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a optional call to action. All right. Well, with the outline done, we're going to go with our next skill check.
Funk yeah.
Lucky 13.
Nice. Okay.
Again.
It's a 16.
Oh no, that's a 9. That is. No. It's a 9 on the die. That's a 15.
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
I was reading it upside down.
Véres got an 11.
Hey.
Paris is getting lost in the weeds.
Véres has stopped following the outline.
It's like, I don't need this shit.
You know, he is listening to Oliver passively, but he's mostly just putting paint on the canvas, and whoever wants to, make an insight check.
Oh yeah, immediately.
15.
10.
Oh, that was low.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Ivy,
I'm lost in your pain.
you're like, meh, he's just doing his own thing. It's
He's
fine. It's fun. He's having fun. Elara, you get the sense that he's distracted.
Elara, has he eaten any of his apple pie yet?
Yep, a little bit.
She goes, your apple pie is gonna get cold.
He looks over at you, looks down at the pie as if he'd forgotten it existed. Oh, thank you. How's your hot chocolate?
Hot, but good.
Good.
Are you having fun?
I'm starting to. Are you?
I am starting to also as well.
Good. Ivy's going to kick our ass. He nods to Ivy's canvas.
She goes, I'm not even trying to keep up with her.
It's funny you say that, Elara, because your painting looks pretty on par.
Hey, just wait.
It doesn't have like the interpretation of somebody with experience with painting, such as Ivy, but you're following the directions really well.
Nice.
Ivy's looks like it's going to be a masterpiece by the time it's done.
Until she gets a natural one.
I know, right?
We'll go into another skill check.
Let's go. Oh my god, you guys! I got a 16 on the die. That's a 22.
Oh my god.
I got a 17.
Ivy's dropping off.
Elara finds out that she's like just this hidden painter talent this whole time. She's like, fuck this artificer shit.
I'm
going to be a painter. This is obviously my calling.
Ivy's a little distracted, I think, by the guy who keeps staring at them.
Yeah? Okay. Ivy, you did roll the lowest this round.
Oh no.
So you are very distracted. I think that your brushstrokes get a little bit hesitant, a little bit sloppy. Have you been drinking the wine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Make a constitution save for me.
17.
17? Amazing. So you're fine.
Yeah, it's wine.
It's not the wine that's distracting you.
No, it's the creepy man.
The creepy man's.
Does Véres still seem distracted?
No, Véres actually seems to have refocused and now is following Oliver and has gone back and actually been able to make corrections. So now it looks like something, it looks similar to what it's supposed to be.
Elara goes, see, you just needed some apple pie.
No, you were very right. Elara, yours is starting to look just as good as Ivy's.
Ivy, how are you doing over there? Right next to me.
Fine. We're good.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Bia has now woken up.
Aw.
Interesting. So we're gonna have some shenanigans with Bia. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Véres looks over at you, Ivy. This was actually a good idea. It's quite fun.
I know.
With a dirty 20 for con, Véres is fine, pretty much sober. Anybody who wants to, make a perception check.
Natural 1.
Cool.
18.
Elara, you catch Ivy looking around, and you go to look around yourself, but you are putting your brush away into the water jug at the same time, and the backsplash kind of distracts you.
She goes, ow, my eye, oh, okay. She wipes her eye. She gets paint on her cheek.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, and I got some paint water in my eye, which I'm sure is great for me.
I don't know if it could be much worse than the acid that was brewing.
That's true, I almost forgot about that. Mm-hmm.
Ivy, as those two are talking, you see the person looking at your table. They don't make eye contact with you this time.
Looking at the table?
Looking at your table.
Are they looking at anybody in particular or just sort of looking?
They're looking at Véres. Make an insight check if you want.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
17 plus 4. 21.
Amazing. So, judging by the tension in their shoulders and the drumming of their fingers as they stare, you get the sense that he is not pleased to see Véres here.
Is he painting this guy? What's he doing? Just fucking standing there like a creep?
No, he's is painting. There is marks on his canvas.
It's 3. 3 marks.
He has kept up with Oliver.
It's like an angry face.
Angry smiley.
Véres.
Yeah.
Is he with somebody or is he by himself?
He is with someone. He's with another human woman. She has long blonde hair, kind of light bluish gray eyes. Is a little more fair in complexion. Is kind of she's very bird-like. She looks like a strong breeze would blow her away. She's very elegant, very dainty. And she's just kind of got a wine glass in one hand, a paintbrush in the other. She seems to be enjoying herself.
She waits until a guy makes eye contact with her, and she does this sort of I don't even know how to describe it because I can do it. Yeah, she's
yeah.
She raises her eyebrows and shakes her head what do you want? A little aggressive.
A little aggressive?
Not just more so hey, fucking creeper, knock it the fuck off.
What the fuck? He also raises an eyebrow, gives you a bit of a smirk, and looks away.
We don't like this guy. Elara doesn't know it, but she doesn't like this guy.
You notice that the woman that's sitting with him looks up from her painting, looks at the man beside her, looks over at you, kind of tilts her head a little bit in confusion, looks at the other members of your table, and her eyes widen a little bit when she looks at Véres, and she looks back at her canvas.
She, again, turns to the canvas and starts painting. She doesn't mention it to Véres, doesn't mention it to Elara, but Bia has started to slowly climb her way up Varys' leg.
Véres stops painting, like just puts the paintbrush down, and like reaches down and picks Bia up. What did you want? What are you doing?
She starts leaning full body towards the canvas.
He like holds her at arm's length and starts like wiggling her paws around. He's like, I don't know if giving you paint's a good idea.
She pouts.
You can watch though.
She scrambles up to his shoulder and like curls around his neck. She's still got this raincoat.
The raincoat.
Oh, yeah.
He gives her a little pat on the head and picks up his brush again. The man is covered in paint. There's more paint on him than there is on his canvas.
Ivy's got some smudges on her like forehead, like when she was wiping off her forehead. Maybe a little bit on her cheek.
How about Elara? How's she looking?
Elara has some on her cheek from when she just rubbed her eye.
Elara, against all odds, is the cleanest of the three of them.
Well, you can't tell because she's wearing a strategically
her
colored
painter's
tie-dye. Yeah. Overall.
It's a good plan, good plan.
She looks at Véres and she goes, I think you missed the spot.
Where?
She points to your shirt. And when you look down, she takes her paintbrush and puts it on your nose.
He looks affronted.
He immediately starts licking your nose.
No! He looks away from her.
She goes, Bia, that's probably toxic.
Ivy's like, Bia, please. Behave yourself. We talked about this.
Véres picks up a napkin and wipes the paint off of his nose.
It was like immediate too. Like Laura did it, and then the next second he felt a tongue.
He went from affronted to confused and gross in like 0.25 seconds. It's like, Elara.
Yes.
I'm not a canvas.
She looks at your shirt. And she goes, I don't know. I mean,
he does like the shrug emoji essentially.
Bia moves up and down on his shoulders.
Yeah. And he's like, I told you I wasn't the greatest at painting.
I mean, I think you're doing a great job. You just have a lot of paint on your shirt.
Like, I do. Yeah, you're right. I'm surprised you don't, though I don't know if I would be able to tell.
She nods.
Smart. I might take a page out of your book.
This is the coyest nod you've ever seen Elara do in her life. She's like, this is not my first rodeo. I know how to hide a mess.
I will take a page out of your book next time, perhaps.
I'm sure I have extra overalls in my
No.
and she like whispers when she in my pockets for everyone, honestly.
You know, I think somehow I'm all right.
Okay.
Thank you for the offer, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be too short for your overalls.
I know, I was just thinking how silly you both would look in a pair of my overalls, honestly.
I think I'd have to roll up the legs like 4 times.
You would be swimming in them, and I don't even know what you would be.
I don't think I would be able to fit
little.
in them, to be honest.
Yeah.
They'd be high waters.
They would be. But like, I just, no, but I'm thinking about like, even like the torso, you know how, because it's like one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know if you would be able to get your arms over, you know?
There'd be so much outlining.
It would be so silly. She goes, oh.
He takes the wine glass and downs the whole thing.
Oh, man. What'd he get?
He's a little buzzed.
Listen.
Obsessed.
Elara, you should try some of this. It's not bad.
Of the apple pie?
I mean, you can have some if you want, but I meant the wine.
I will have both then.
He slides the apple pie over a little so she can have some.
As it's passing by, Ivy quickly takes some.
She goes, we can share.
He puts it in the center for everyone to share it.
Yes, we can share. And she will drink. She will have a glass of wine.
Ooh, Elara.
She's not gonna chug it though. Like,
No, you're gonna sip it?
Ivy's glass is about halfway done.
she's gonna take a sip and make a weird face. What is it? Bitter or is it sweet? What is it?
No, it's sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a pretty expensive bottle of wine, too.
She goes, I am having a lot of sugar tonight. This is going to be good.
Totally.
If you get drunk, you're going to have the worst hangover in the morning.
You know what is a great cure for hangovers?
Water?
Chocolate chip pancakes?
She nods.
Sleep?
No, chocolate chip pancakes.
Perhaps we should try it.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yes.
More sugar to the pile of sugar that we're ingesting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve it.
We do deserve it.
We do. Another skill check, folks.
Yes.
Lucky 13 for...
Dirty
I
20.
can't do math. For 19.
Dirty 20.
Hey, Ivy's back.
Ivy's back.
Hey.
She's rejuvenated by her friends.
She's like, I knew these fucks would have fun.
Like they were complaining the whole way and now they're having the most fun.
Like, she knew it. She's like, I knew. I know my friends.
Vindicated. Yeah.
Vindication!
So Véres has stopped doing the painting the way it should be. He has taken to just like doodling on the canvas.
I love it.
Yeah, so there's like the vague outline of this nice waterfall and like the scenery. It's kind of got a bit of colors in it, and then on the sides you see like stick figures in painting, in paint essentially,
I love it.
where he's just given up. But he seems to be enjoying himself, so that's what matters.
Every time he brings the like end of the paint stick up, Bia like tries to chew on it.
Aw.
He's just like with one hand puts it on Bia's face. The other starts trying to paint. It's like juggling a toddler, and he seems so used to it at this point. Elara, you are killing it. If you have a latent talent that I don't know if you realize you had.
I took sleight of hand expertise apparently just for painting.
Yes, you did.
So
Your painting looks fantastic.
I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but is it me or does this look pretty good?
It's phenomenal.
No, you should toot your own
Thank
horn
you.
because it does look good. Looks great.
Thanks. She takes another sip of her wine.
Ivy, yours is back to looking like a masterpiece.
Ay,
It looks better than the example.
I love it.
She's like, I'm not gonna let that weirdo.
She's showing up the weirdo.
I'm not gonna let that weirdo take away my fun.
Good. Ivy and Elara, and I'll get Véres as well. Make constitution checks for me, please. Or saves.
It's a 3.
Cool. Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, Elara.
Alara's like, yeah, I know my way around this bitch.
I think it's like a 23.
Like one of the best wine connoisseurs out there. You're drinking it like a champ.
Alara's special interest.
I'm learning so much about myself tonight.
Higher alcohol tolerance than she expected. Ivy, you're buzzed now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Véres still looks about the same. He looks a little buzzed.
love it.
And we'll get one more round of skill checks, folks.
Come on, please do
Oh
well.
no. This is where it all goes down.
It's
10.
a 17. Ah!
A 17, okay.
Yeah.
10 for Elara.
Yeah.
Cool.
As Véres just stopped.
Véres and Thea are like playing.
Véres got a 7.
Aw.
Véres has stopped painting the canvas.
He's now painting Bia.
He's decided to hold Bia's paw and paint it.
Amazing. He's painting her nails.
No, just the whole paw. And he takes Bia and he squishes her paw on the canvas.
Yeah! That's so cute.
As he does, she makes this noise. It's like,
It's like, there you go. You're participating now.
I love it.
He starts cleaning her hand off so she can't eat
he was
it.
gonna say he has to hold her fucking face back from licking her paw.
Wholeheartedly, he just starts cleaning it. And so, like, the glass of water he asked for to drink, he dips a napkin in it and starts cleaning her hand.
Ivy shakes her head and just like smiles.
He's having a good time, though. Elara, your painting has fallen off a little bit. but with its completion, it looks pretty good. Like, you surprise yourself, you know? It's just the last details, the finishing touches that are a little bit sloppy. Ivy, yours looks pristine. Yours could go in an art gallery.
She does her little signature in the corner. It's INT with like a little ivy leaf.
Aw,
Aww, I love that.
very cute.
Ivy, as you finish your signature, you look over and Véres is putting paint on his own hand and just smush.
Right next to Bia's print.
Yep. He is wholly given up on the painting. It squishes the waterfall.
Phenomenal.
There's no resemblance to the art that it's supposed to be at all. Elara, do you signature yours as well?
Yeah, she puts her initials ES.
She writes her full government name.
As to be expected of Elara. Well, your paintings are done. Now you just have to leave them to dry a little bit before you can transport them. So Oliver at the front thanks everyone and says, enjoy the remaining time. If he's going to start packing up his tools, and he sends people around to collect the excess paint and paintbrushes and such. Take any final orders that anyone may have, to go or otherwise, and you're left to chat.
Ivy looks over at the weird guy.
He's talking to the person beside him. The person beside him is now staring at this table.
She finally turns to Véres.
Véres is happily in his own world, has polished off a glass of whiskey as well, and is just dicking around with the gift.
Yeah, she's not going to spoil this moment. It's fine. She'll deal with it if need be.
He's also drunk.
She goes to tell him and she looks over and then she sees how happy he is and she's like, nah.
Yeah, she's like, meh, it's fine.
He sees you looking, he's like, he raises an eyebrow.
She just shrugs.
As if she's doing the weird thing.
Are you having fun, Véres?
So much.
Good.
Me too.
That's good.
This was a great idea. I don't know why I ever objected to it.
I don't either. You forgot about it.
No, I did, you're right. I don't think I even heard you when you came in to give me the 40-minute heads up.
I don't know how. My voice is pretty shrill.
No, your voice is fine. I was distracted.
What were you reading?
Elara's Book of Runes, just working on a project.
That sounds like fun.
How's it going?
Oh, not. I'm sure it will take me its time.
Well, your painting looks great.
It's beautiful.
And so is yours, Ivy.
Thank you. I don't think it's as great
You're
as
welcome.
Véres's.
Véres shakes her head and yours is stunning. Belongs in an art. What's it called? A museum.
Elara laughs.
And yours looks great too, Elara.
It looks really good.
It looks
Thank
great.
you. Thanks. I really like waterfalls, so.
You can hang both of yours up with pride.
And yours.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to burn it.
No, it's going to be hung up.
What?
It's got your handprint and Bia's
And
handprint.
Bia's handprint.
I know.
Bea is very artistic.
She is.
Honestly, in a way, that makes it the most special one of all.
I agree.
Yeah.
Véres shakes their head and doesn't stop for a second, and then stops and looks confused as to why he was doing it continuously.
Well, I think this was a roaring success.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for letting me drag your asses out here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
It is appreciated. You two should finish the pie. I'm not going to touch it.
Oh, I will.
Ivy
Definitely.
takes another spoonful and then finishes the rest of her wine.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
15.
15?
I don't have anything to con.
You're rolling pretty well, but not well enough.
No.
Ivy, now with that final glass, you feel like the warmth spread through your body, and you are a little intoxicated now.
I love it.
She takes Bia off Véres' shoulder and hoists her up in the air, holding her up an arm's length.
Mhm.
And she's
What's he gonna do?
Uh-oh.
she just goes, "It's a baby."
Okay.
And Bia just sort of stares at the two of them. Just please help me.
How you doing, Ivy?
Totally cool.
Okay, that's good.
Do you want to see the baby?
I see her. Yeah, I think I'll just take her probably. And Elara takes her.
She just nods.
Like, your child is purple.
She is. I don't know where she got it from.
I'm gonna get you both back to the inn very safely and soundly.
We're fine.
I see.
Totally cool.
Mm-hmm. You both are great.
So are you.
You're wonderful.
Thank you.
I have done full jobs, completely intoxicated. I can walk back to an inn.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've never done any jobs intoxicated, but I have gotten intoxicated at paint night so often. My aunt can't get intoxicated, so she will just like drink bottles and bottles of it.
Oh.
But I have one bottle and I'm like,
Yeah, okay. You didn't even have one bottle.
You had a single glass.
it was a big glass.
You did say she fills it all up. She pours it in a big
It's like a
glass.
hearty pour.
Have another. Champagne pour.
She takes a sip.
He fills Elara's glass a little bit too. Puts a little more in there.
She takes it with like both hands and takes a sip.
We can't save Elara.
8. Wait. 11.
Amazing. Elara, you're buzzed now.
Hey.
Hey.
You see her cheeks start to get red. And she goes, well, maybe I will not get you back to the inn safely or soundly.
Lara, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We can get each other back to the inn, alright?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And our paintings too?
Of course.
Okay.
Guarded with my life.
Yes. Prized possessions.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't we just put them in your pocket and then they'd be safe?
No,
She
there'll be
goes,
paint
"Shh."
smeared everywhere in there.
She goes, no, we shouldn't talk about it loud here. Outside.
Do you want to know the hardest thing I ever painted?
Sure.
My bedroom.
You painted your bedroom?
My whole bedroom.
Just like solid colors, or?
No, it's like a forest scene.
Oh, wow. I would say maybe we could see it one day, but
Probably not.
yeah, that's okay.
I don't think you would like Felsmore.
Exalin, she says loudly.
Why not?
It's so stuffy. There's there's light, right? But it went away, and now it's like not light. You know?
No.
No.
I have no idea.
Elara takes another sip of her wine.
Have you have you ever met like a person who was just like light and like everything around them was like light, and then they go away and it's like the dark is there,
Mm-hmm.
like that?
Oh, that would be depressing.
She nods emphatically.
Did someone go away?
A lot of people go away.
That's true.
And my aunt says that it should be fine, that it's not like it was a big deal. But she only said that like twice when I was really crying. And she's not very like warm and compassionate. But I mean, I can't really blame her. She's lived so long.
It still sucks to deal with, loss around people who don't know how to handle it.
But it's so weird because she's been around for so long and she's seen so much loss, which is why everybody in the courts don't die. And you would think that she would understand, but I don't think she's ever been in love.
I think, and Véres puts his hand on the table, making everything kind of jingle a bit, we should head back to the inn and continue this conversation there.
Mm-hmm.
Painting's dry?
Dry enough, I think.
She grabs her painting.
Elara has to make a perception check. 2.
Ivy will also make a perception check, I'm assuming at disadvantage.
What are you looking for, Elara?
If anyone is listening to our conversation.
Okay.
Even with disadvantage, I got a 19.
Nice.
I rolled an 11. No, I'm sorry, it's a 17. I rolled an 11 and then a 19.
Elara, you don't notice anyone listening in. Ivy, however, you do notice that a couple people are looking at your table now, more than the 2 that were before. But those 2 are also looking at your table.
Ivy grabs her painting, and she grabs Véres by the hand, and then looks at Elara and she's like, all right, we're leaving.
Okay.
All right. Véres reaches over,
Elara takes the last bite of apple pie
picks up the
as she stands up.
wine and downs a little bit more, and then
As they walk past that couple, the hand that she's holding Véres's like tightly, she flips the guy off.
Véres like looks at you, does a double take, and looks surprised. It looks at the guy, and the evil smirk that comes over his face.
Véres or the guy?
Véres. He gives him a nod and continues.
Ivy doesn't notice. She's hell-bent on getting them out of there.
Awesome. Véres left his painting behind.
Elara grabbed it.
No!
Mhm.
Damn it.
Elara has 2 free hands.
She's walking behind them.
Véres like slows down and like gestures for Elara to catch up.
She does.
Well, that was a wonderful night. We should do it again.
I agree.
It was.
Weirdos staring aside.
Weirdo staring?
Yes,
Who was staring?
the weirdos.
Well, you're the weirdo who was talking about not Ixalan stuff and Elisora stuff, you know?
They could be from a different continent.
I think that we really need to give you a crash course on being a better person who's from here.
Oh, a history lesson.
I mean, I could probably also use a crash course on being a better person, but
Oh, couldn't we all? Sign me up for that course.
Professor Elara,
What?
Professor Spinspark.
Spin Spark. I've never been called that before.
Spinspark.
Lur Spinspark.
Lurs Spinspark.
She goes, yes. She's like, what?
Allure.
Lur.
Are you so drunk that you can't say vowels anymore?
No.
Véres is shaking a little bit with laughter.
She's let go of Varys' hand at this point, and she's like gesturing like wildly with her free hand. She's like, yes, Lur Spinspark, Professor of Goodology.
Goodology?
Would that not be Professor of Ethics?
Nope,
No.
Goodology.
I meant more so like,
And normal human-tocracy.
yeah, that one. That's the one. Because you know, you're not the best at it. You know, no offense.
None taken. You don't grow up 150 years in another plane of existence and suddenly fit into another one.
That's fair.
Holy shit, you're 150 years old.
Mhm.
All right.
She's an elf.
Right.
That's young.
I'm an Eladrin, not a
Eladrin.
fucking elf.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Offensive.
Well, I guess technically I'm half high elf and half Eladrin.
So you are an elf.
Like half. But my aunt said that half doesn't matter, so
Wow.
Whoa.
She sounds great. So what are you two up to for the rest of the night?
I'm going to try and talk to my dad through a book.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Abby, how many glasses of wine did you have?
1.5.
Wow.
No, I have this book that I can talk to him through, but it's not working.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
I mean, not that it's not working.
Yeah, he made it like a long time ago because he likes to hold himself up in his office and he doesn't like to be disturbed in case something like almost hits me because he gets startled. And he does build weapons, like I said. And so I would like write in the book and he would get a copy of it in his book and then he could write back to me and then I could be like pretending to study and be talking to my dad.
Do you think it could be delayed? Because you'll...
On a different plane?
Well, it's a hella fuck of a delay if it is a delay.
Has it not worked at all?
I haven't gotten a single thing back and I've been writing in it every day.
Oh. And you've been here for what? I guess like 3.5 weeks now?
Mm-hmm. And like my aunt said that there'd be no way of contacting them, which I also don't understand because I guess I just hoped that the book would work. But I guess even if Aunt Tanya can't do it, it doesn't matter, right?
That's not necessarily true. If you got access to sending, like the spell sending, it would work. To my understanding, anyway.
Have you ever tried to contact someone on a different plane?
No.
So what understanding are you talking about?
Written in the textbooks.
Véres, not everything works the way it's written in the textbooks, unfortunately.
No,
No.
you don't say.
Ivy points to herself. Every textbook I've read have said that druids' wild shapes aren't meant to be bones. And yet,
Here you are.
here I am.
We've learned a lot of information in these past 2 weeks that are not written in any textbooks that I've ever read. And I've read so many textbooks about so many different things. So maybe we just haven't found the right books yet, you know?
Well, those books aren't here and they're not in extolling.
Maybe we'll write a new textbook. Who knows?
She nods. Professor Spinsberg.
Elara laughs. She goes, well, speaking of stuff that is not written in textbooks, do you both want to see something kind of cool?
Always.
If I ever say no to that, it's not me, it's a mimic. Kill it.
I don't know if mimics can mimic people.
Whatever.
Well,
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger, displacer beast, changelings.
Plenty of people who can mimic other people. Not here, though.
And some do it for jobs.
it's true.
Like in extolling.
Mm-hmm. What about
Fair.
extolling?
Véres looks at you.
My
Tell me more.
she's like hesitating because she knows how this sounds. My family's tailor
Okay.
is a changeling.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she's really nice. And it's really cool because she can turn into me. And so when I need a new dress for like a ball or something, she just like sees what looks best on me. And then she makes it and sends it. And it's really cool.
I think Véres smiles.
That is really cool. We don't have changelings here.
You don't? They're really nice.
The books say that they are mean old monsters.
That's bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
Well, we already know that there's a lot of bad information in textbooks and a lot of information that is not in the textbooks that should be in the textbooks. Speaking of...
Yes, I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. But show us the cool thing, please.
In my room.
All right.
Sure. Véres pushes open the inn door and holds it open for you too. After you.
Is any of like are like the kids around Nim?
Nim and Zath are both active in the bar though.
Ivy bursts through the door, holding her painting up, and she's like, "We're back."
Welcome back. How'd it go?
It was so good.
Yeah? Did you have fun?
So much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let me see those art pieces.
She immediately hands hers over.
Whatever she was expecting, it's clear it wasn't this. She looks impressed.
She takes Véres's from Elara's hand and immediately hands it to Zath. Zath looks at it and looks up at Véres, and he just sort of like chuckles, and he's like, I know exactly where this is going.
No, you don't.
I do. I've already cleared off a space.
No.
And you see, like, on the bar, like, in the middle, there's already, like, bottles have been cleared off from where, like, the top shelf bottles would be.
I will pay you to burn it, please.
He shakes his head and he's like, no.
What do I have to do?
Nothing you can do. Going right in the middle of these two other ones.
I love it.
I will beg on my hands and knees.
Elara goes, Véres, it is really nice.
No.
She says it like sincerely.
Yeah.
Nim just is looking at it. She looks at Véres, covered in paint.
Mm-hmm.
A sleeping pseudo-dragon who's also covered in paint around his shoulders.
He just smiles, nods, and looks at Elara's painting. And says, they're all great in their own way.
Thank you.
It's just that Ivy's and Elara's look like an actual painting. And she starts fucking losing it, laughing. She's like, I'm so sorry.
Ivy goes, it's abstract art. Véres is abstract art.
He's just so elegant. I didn't expect. Okay. I'm really glad you all came back safe and had a good time.
Thank you. I'm going back to my room now.
Okay.
I'm following.
Have a good night, you guys. Véres waves.
Zath also waves and he stands up to go put these paintings behind the bar.
He puts a hand to block it. It's bright red. And on his ears, too. But he follows you two up the stairs.
Elara leads you up the stairs and into her room. And she's already started tinkering with her goggles, like as soon as you all said that you were coming up into the room.
Does it still smell like acid?
A little bit, yeah. It's...
Make a constitution saving throw, all three of you.
No!
Got a 2.
Oh no!
I used up all my good rolls.
I got a 10.
You got 21.
Nice.
Ivy, you get nauseous.
No!
Yeah. Ivy, like, gags a little bit.
You see that the acid is no longer in the beaker. She immediately goes into the bathroom and you hear water start running. She comes out, she takes off her jacket and she goes into her pocket and she takes out the pouch that had the gem that froze her hand in it. And she goes, do you want to see something cool?
Yes.
Of course. That's why we're here.
So she kind of waves everyone into the bathroom.
Ivy goes into the bathroom.
Bizarre. Véres follows, though.
And the tub is filling with water. She goes, okay. And she puts her goggles on and she overturns the pouch and you see the gem. As soon as it hits this tub with water, the entire thing freezes. And you hear, like, you know, when ice, like, you know, expands and it almost like cracks a little,
Mm-hmm.
You hear kind of that noise. It doesn't crack.
Okay.
The bathtub shatters.
And she's looking through her goggles and she goes, okay, who wants to see first?
Véres gestures for Ivy to go first.
Ivy will take the goggles and put them on.
So she hands you the goggles and you put the goggles on. You see her nanobots. The first thing you notice is like these orange bots that you've seen before when you've looked through. And they all swarm this tub, centering around where the impact of the gem was.
Mm-hmm.
But then as you watch, you see these nanobots that kind of start to like shimmer in and out of your vision. Because they're usually so small that you can't see them, but Elara has like color coded them, and that's what makes them visible. You start to see them kind of shimmer and sparkle this like lavenderish, like silver color, like specks. And they're hovering. There are so many of them. Like it is just, it looks like it is such a high concentration of magic. And that's what you see. She's just like staring at you, staring at the tub, like with like wide eyes, you know, like waiting for you to be like, oh my God, this is.
She looks at it and then she looks at Elara and she's like, what is this?
She goes, give him to Véres first.
She does.
Okay.
I won't go into detail, but you see the same exact thing. And she's looking at you like, you know, like waiting for.
What am I looking at? I don't think I've ever seen the lavender silvery color before.
She starts like shaking her head aggressively. She goes, no, oh, neither have I. First of all, I have never seen anything ever with these goggles. That high a concentration of magic ever. The orange ones, but the lavender ones, I didn't do that. You've seen the sand that I used to color coat my nanobots, right? So that I can see them. She goes, I didn't do that. The stone is doing that to them.
The stone is influencing your nanobots?
I think so. I either can see them because they turn the color that I turn them, or I can't see them. I've never seen anything in my life that is this magical, and it's not. I think she looks like frustrated for a second. She goes, I don't know how to explain it because I've never seen it before, but this thing is just magic. I don't know how else to explain it. And I'm thinking, Ivy, can you make fire again? Do fire.
Yeah. She holds out her hand and a little flame bursts forth from her palm.
And she grabs your wrist and she like puts it to where the gem is, and immediately the water around it starts to melt, and she like takes the pouch and she kind of scoops it so that the gem falls back into it, and she holds it up and like it's dripping with water now. And she goes, also, this bag is definitely enchanted to be able to even hold this, but that's a whole nother thing. If I can figure out a way to hold it, then we can study it and try to get more information, but if we can't touch it, and she looks at the tub, it just freezes everything.
You need to get an item that's got cold resistance on it.
Well, I was thinking that if I could figure out how to make a glove that holds heat, then I might be able to hold it, you know? I need to essentially make the glove be able to heat up. So, I mean, unless you just wanted to, you know, just walk around producing flame all the time, that is also an option, but it doesn't really help because we can't actually hold it, you know?
Doesn't copper hold heat?
Mm-hmm.
Your glove that produces electricity, could you make another copy of them, but use, like Ivy said, copper mining, make it generate heat?
Can try it. And she takes out like a little book, like a little journal out of her pocket, and she like writes something down.
Could you get some of your nanobots to generate heat?
Probably.
And then they could, like, hold on to it?
That's an idea too.
The only other thing I could think that you could do is to put it in a beaker and put it over your Bunsen burner.
I feel like I want to, like I want to see it up close
Oh.
and be able to touch it, you know? As far as I can tell, just from like looking at it inside the pouch, which is not very helpful, I can't see any runes on it, but I would imagine they would be pretty small if they were carved in there. All I know is that this gem that is like 2 inches big just froze an entire bathtub full of water on contact. That's really cool.
Also terrifying.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone know that you have that on you.
She starts shaking her head.
This conversation is sobered Véres up real quick.
She goes, sorry. It is really cool though.
No, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yes, we shouldn't tell anybody anything really. I've been thinking about it a lot more too. You know, we kind of joked about how my jacket is illegal, but after everything that's happened, I could get in a lot of trouble. Like a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, a lot of the things in there could also get me into a lot of trouble.
What do you have in your pockets?
You know what? I don't even want to know.
Well, just a lot of things that are enhanced with magic. Some are really mundane, but some are a little more not so mundane. I mean, I literally have a pocket plane in my pockets, which, according to official people, that is considered messing around with planar stuff, which is, and she just like shakes her head. I never had to worry about it before. And so I guess this is the first time that I've really had to think about how much trouble I could get into.
Your pockets never exploded when you were on your 5-year?
Well, yes, they did. But I used to not carry so many things in my pockets, and my 2 traveling companions kind of we kind of watched each other's backs, if that makes sense. And the only time it ever exploded in a remotely public place, because it really doesn't happen that often, I was really surprised when it happened, when all of that went on, and maybe because someone took it, and maybe someone knocked something a little weird. But the only time it ever happened in a public place, a public-ish place, there wasn't enough people around that cared, and we were able to explain it away, or at least I thought we did, you know? So, sorry, did I ruin our fun night? I'm feeling like I ruined our fun night now.
No. I think this is fascinating.
Okay.
I've definitely sobered up, though, which is very good.
For now.
For now.
For now.
I don't know about you two, but I have a whole bottle of moonshine in my room, so...
I'm not drinking any moonshine.
I've never even tasted moonshine.
More for me.
It's probably best that I don't drink moonshine, because I have a feeling it would make me sort of spill my guts, as it were.
Yeah, you kind of did the first time.
I
think when you get drunk, you just get you get very chatty. Not that you're not chatty, but you get more, like, forthcoming with all of the information. So, definitely
You're more honest.
don't drink when you're not with us. For sure.
This is the first time I've really drank in a very long time, so
Well, you did great.
thank you.
You're welcome. She drains the tub.
This was a fun night, though.
It was.
It really was.
It's appreciated, Ivy.
She beams. Now you'll have to trust me when I say that we're going to do fun things.
A little more.
I'll take it.
Good enough for me.
We can all get out of the bathroom now. It's really kind of cramped in
Are
here.
you sure you don't want to, hang out in here?
No.
Party.
No wake up drunk in the bathtub sort of thing.
No, not with this gem around.
Ivy exits the bathroom.
Véres does as well.
Elara does too.
Bia snoring on the bed.
Aw.
Varys, who is that weird guy?
What weird
What
guy?
weird guy?
The one that kept staring at us.
Somebody was staring at us?
Yes. The guy that I flipped off on our way out.
Oh, him.
Him? You want to tell us what happened, or
I don't know if you want to know.
I wouldn't be asking.
It's a long story, and I apologize in advance for the trouble it may bring.
I mean, I'm the one who flipped him off, so if anything, I should be apologizing.
Sure, but did you fuck his wife?
And that's where we end today's episode. Elara audibly gasps, I think.
She
There's
has some
oh.
explaining to do.
Ivy does that thing where she like where you smile but your mouth is hanging open. Like, bitch.
Tea! The tea! And he puts a hand up and says, "Let me explain."
I mean, you
don't-
so enwrapped. Please.
Oh, okay.
Laura.
Elara's like, you don't have to.
There's just puts a hand to his face and just kind of rubs his chin a little bit, trying to think of how to say it. So I spent time here in this town for a while before I went to Grimford, doing various jobs, one of which is sex work. She didn't tell me that she was married when she paid for my services, and I found out later when he came to find me.
Oh.
Mhm.
Did he try to beat you up and you just
Is that why you're trained all the time?
to fight off husbands?
It's I don't typically take work from people who are married for this exact reason.
No, that's fair.
It sounds complicated.
It's more of a mess than I ever want. Understandably, I'm pissed off that she didn't tell me.
Mhm.
But no, that's not why I train. Though it does help. He's yet to get me alone. So,
But why is he mad at you if she didn't tell you? And
see, that's the thing. He doesn't believe that she bought my services.
oh, well,
She thinks that I seduced his wife. I don't know.
I mean,
she makes a face. Elara makes a weird face.
wouldn't he notice the missing gold? I mean, I assume.
You're a high price.
Yeah. I assume you don't do it for copper.
No. No.
Ivy, you don't even know what copper is.
I know enough. Copper's the least one.
Just no, you're right. I won't go into detail about pricing.
No, I don't need to know
No,
your pricing.
thank you. That's
No.
good. Thank you so much.
We're good here.
Yeah, so he came to find me in the tavern here, and Zath chased him out for me. But it's pretty well known in the town that his wife cheated on him with me.
You are the center of the town gossip, Véres.
I'm one of them.
One of them.
It's also why I don't go to Ozrin's Rest, because they run it.
Oh.
Mhm.
That's
Last
the
time we
fancy
had any sort of words, they were not great.
I would assume so.
But anyway, that is
one. A good story.
the story of that.
Well.
Thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry you were stared at the whole night.
I didn't even know.
Good.
I
For
could have
1
taken
second.
him.
You probably could, honestly. He's not much of a fighter,
I could tell.
I will say. Could you?
Considering he didn't come over there and step up. and just watch from a distance like a creeper.
I would have paid money to see you fight him.
Did you have to be careful to not break his wife? She was so tiny.
It is so late in here right now.
She's no, we're not having this conversation.
Yeah, not in my room.
Not in my room.
It's like, if you want to know, I'll tell you about it later, but
I don't know if I want to know that bad. It's just the thought crossed my mind.
She was fine.
Fair.
Anyway, it's getting late.
Is it?
I am so tired
of this conversation.
I didn't say that.
It was implied.
It was implied, Elara. It's all right. So I shall take my leave.
Ivy scoops Bia up.
I'll see you all bright and early in the morning.
Why?
Just because you wake up at the ass crack of dawn doesn't mean everybody else needs to.
We are having breakfast, though. Chocolate chip pancakes.
Yes.
Whenever I wake up.
So brunch.
I shall see you all for
Maybe
brunch.
lunch.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Ivy heads out and right across the hall.
Véres heads to bed.
Elara does as well.
Yay!
Hey!
Yay!
Thanks so much for listening. We're incredibly grateful for the love and support.
And P.S., if you want more content, check out our Patreon for free clips, bonus scenes, and if you join the Red Rogues, you'll get access to the Rainbow Dice Club chat and after show where we talk about past episodes.
If you're enjoying the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us.
Special thanks to our Green Fiend Patreon supporters, Jen Bear and Michael.
And with that, our story pauses here for today. Join us next time as we continue our adventures, and remember, it's never too late to start your own.
Bye!
We leave Regin Ribbons.
Okay, Bia, calm down.
We're ready.
He is also excited for paint night.
Do you think they're sort of like buzzing with excitement as they exit Ribbon's room from a very somber conversation?
No,
Yeah.
they're sad.
Remember, get the saddies in, guys.
I can't. It's paint night. Ooh.
Not like that, you perv.
You perv. You fucking perv.
You weirdo.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
I think it's the first time we've done it.
We have.
This fucking guy.
This
Is it
guy.
is it like
Can't believe she just, like, he walks in, she's literally just making acid in her fucking room.
it's like midnight?
What a little weirdo. I love it.
Hey, we level up again. Now we're
No.
level 5. No? Okay.
I was like, hey, okay.
Every day in downtime is a level up.
We'd be level, like, 18 before we left.
That's it. We're just, we're OP the whole time. We one-shot.
Everything.
You'll have your character sheets up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not a fucking casual.
I mean, I forget sometimes. So I am.
That I'm a casual?
No, that to have my character sheet out.
Fair. What's happening? Did you get a dog and a baby?
Yes. It was a really busy day for me.
Apparently.
I gave birth this morning, went to work,
Holy fuck.
had a breakdown and bought a dog. It was a really busy day.
What kind of mental breakdown I would have if that was my day.
No kidding.
Sorry. I'm sorry you went through that.
They didn't really have a baby in
I know.
Just the thought of it was like, damn.
It's like, fuck. Jesus. That trait you wanted?
No, I forgot. I forgot to be thinking about which.
Incredible.
Oh, My God, I don't know what she wants.
My paintings need you. I was going to say
What'd
need
she
Jesus.
say?
I
What?
was going to say my paintings need Jesus, but
Paintings need fantasy Jesus.